Hello everyone! Please let me know if you are hearing me well, if you are hearing the sound, because this is my first Confluence live stream and I'm excited and I am a little bit nervous. So please come in, take a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. I think my coffee is a little bit too hot. Hi, Taya. So if you are in the chat, say hi, send this link to your friends. Don't let me here hanging alone. No, I'm not alone. My friends are over there on the chat. Hi, Scene. I wait a little bit. While we wait for people to come in, I will introduce myself. My name is Cris Viana. I am a graphic designer from Brazil. I have been doing this for many years. I have done lots of works in many different areas, but now I am mainly doing layout for TTRPGs. That it was like a dream of mine for quite some time, and now I'm able to do this, and I'm gladly working with the Confluence team. This project is amazing and you will shortly know why. I will show you some pieces and bits of what we are preparing here. And what can I say? I am a freelancer, but I work as the lead graphic designer at Evil Hat as well. So my fixed projects are with Evil Hat and Publishing Goblin right now. But I have participated in some other projects. You can follow me on Twitter if you like, and normally I'm posting there this kind of the works I'm doing and stuff like that. Oi, Maria! And so I'm a Brazilian graphic designer. English is not my native language, so probably I will forget some words, but I'm sure that everyone is going to comprehend my crazy mind. I hope so. But if you don't, please ask. My friends are on the chat. They will like select some questions for me to ask. I will normally I get to see what you are doing, but sometimes I get too much in the zone, so I will answer you. Don't worry. Hi, Luis. Hi, Noper. You have some time to get a coffee or get a cup of tea, so we can sit together and talk a little bit about my nerdy designer stuff. Oops, my chat. I am going to share the link of this live with my folks as well. Okay, I think everything is ready. Okay, for this live stream, I'm going to talk a little bit about how to work with a layout artist. I have done some can I say, a little bit of a presentation. I'm going to talk about a little bit about what you have to do before you hire a layout artist. What do you need to give this person, this professional, to work, and how has been my process lately? Because like each project you will have to adapt a little bit, and I think I am in constant update of this process. Each time I see something that I can edit to make it even easier and better for everyone, I am doing this. Okay, the volume is loud. Let me see what is happening. Probably because I had two places. Yeah, I had two places were capturing the sound. I think it is better now. Let me know. Yeah, I don't know why, but on this overlay there was two captures of the music. Okay, I think that the music is probably is better now. I have a little bit of lag in what I'm saying and what you are seeing right now. Um, but I will repeat what I just said, as probably the music was louder than my voice. Um, I will talk about a little bit before how what you have to think about before you hire a graphic designer, what you have to give to the graphic designer to start working with them, and my process right now. That this process is constantly changing, and I'm constantly updating it. And each project will need something different, so it is like I have a base and I am adapting to each of my clients. So, before you hire, this is a print of a workflow that Karen 12's made for a panel that I was participating in last year, Big Bang Online. If you want to see this panel, it is amazing. You just have to go to BigBadCon YouTube channel and you can see this panel there. This is like all the process that a book will pass or will normally pass to get ready to get to you. This is the process we do at Evilhead right now. So you can see that is a long way to get to you. And this part over here within revisions, markup, layout, art inventory, and art order, I will have some clients that will commission the art before layout, and some clients that will commission the art after layout. And this is something that you have to like think about what your project fits best. Because like if you have a really small timeline to work with, sometimes you will have to get to the authors to work while the text is in revision or markup. Like you will have these steps working simultaneously so you can get the book done in time. This can work better when you are working on a book that already have a specific layout and design. Like for example, I'm working with D&D monster manual, so we already have a word count for it. We already have the places that the images will have to be inserted. So for each spread of pages, I will have this number of words and this image. So it is commonly easier to do the commission before or while the text is in revision. But for books that are more, how can I say this? It is a new project. Like you already, we will need to do the layout, a new design for this book. Probably it would be best to commission after. And it will give me, for example, a lot of flexibility to work with the text, like to make the text flow better, as I can like push the text with an image, for example, so I can divide the subjects a little better between the pages. I prefer working with like this. In the case of the Confluence project, we had like, we did 50-50. We had some images done before layout, so I could have the feeling of the area that we were doing the atlas. And some of these images were done after layout, so I could have some flexibility. I'm having a YouTube advertisement. Okay. Uh, so in Confluence we did like half 50-50. So I have this flexibility to push the text with some image or see that like okay, we have a lot of text in those pages. We need something to make your eyes rest a little bit. Because when you see like a page with a lot of content, sometimes it is a little bit overwhelming and is a little bit, how can I say? I will talk about layout a lot about feelings, but it seems a very squared or I don't know, fix it in some way. And Confluence, for example, is a very flowy and always adapting kind of project. So the layout is also expressing this. Hmm. Okay, now what are the layout artists will need from you? uh, we will always need to know, like, conceptually, what is this project? Um, what are your expectations about this project? Sometimes the authors will have like ideals like this TTRPG for me is great, this layout for this book is great, and it doesn't need to be just um like I will always ask for references or inspirations, and these references doesn't need to be other books. It can be anything, like it can be um a TV series, for example, a color palette that is used on an anime. uh, what else? Whatever you can like give me as visuals, it will always help me a lot to speak what you are want to say, what you want to say, because I'm like a translator. I'm getting what the author is writing, and I'm translating it to something visually. So I need to get into the author's head a little bit to see how can I do this. So and this can be done by an email or we can get on a call. Um, it varies in the format. And I will also need to know like technical um, details of your project, like what is this book size, do you have an expected page count for this project, uh, how is your printing method, because like for um, big companies or even indie companies, we will make like in a printer a huge amount of books, but for other creators, sometimes it is going to be like I will print this in my house and sell it by myself. So you have to know this because there are some technical details that will change depending on your printing method. Sometimes these printing methods also have color limitation, like okay, I don't have so much money, I need to do this book completely black and white. So this is something that the graphic designers should know from the beginning. And any other technical details that you have to pass it to your graphic designer, because changing it later sometimes will will get a lot of extra work to do. Um, adding to that, obviously the contents. So the text of the book, for doing the like for the design of the book, because I divide this process between book design and layouting the book. The book design is basically the setup of how this book is going to look like, and the layout is basically getting all the content and making the book. When we are working with the design, this can be like a text that it is in revision, for example. It's not completely done, but the structure and the hierarchy of the text is done. We can work with this because we just need to set up the visuals. But for the final layout, like I'm going to make the book, we have to get a text with markups. I think I will show you how a markup looks like because it is something really specific. I will show you the Confluence markup text. Let me see, what is it? And if you have any questions, please drop it in the chat. Atlas, layout, documents. Okay. I don't know if my computer is a little bit slow because like I am with a bunch of stuff open here. Okay, so oops. This is what a markup text look like. The markup are these little tags that the editor will point out to me what is this style, or at least the hierarchy. Like this is a header, H2, for example. And most importantly, these over here are like character styles, because like on TTRPGs we work more than with like bold and italics. We often will have like a specific character style for mechanics, or a specific style for the name of the places from this world. Depending on the project, we will have a lot of different character styles. So this is really important to me. What I do when I receive this is that I'm going to make InDesign, that is the application I work with, but I think that works with probably most of the applications we have that works with graphic design. I can like search and change these tags to apply the character style to these words. So I will have to do this in a more automatic way. And there is no, we don't have like, we will not lose these styles in the book, because when you just apply bold and italics on your document and send it to me, sometimes when I import this to the program, to the application, it can lose the formatting. So this way it is a lot safer, and it will really avoid that I do the layout and you will have to point out to me some character style and paragraph styles that are not right. So we will have a lot less editing after I do the layout. So you can see here, like we have lots of tags on this text. And every time we have like a title, we'll have the title, tags. Like here on Confluence we have palette words, so we have a specific formatting for palettes. So this is a markup text, and this is very important to have this to lay out the whole book. Like, making books is a little bit of an industrial way of thinking, because like you are going to do an initial setup and you are going to repeat it for 300 pages. So we have to get everything really done and approved in the beginning, because changing something after sometimes will cause a lot of trouble, because we will have to like change it in 300 pages. Sometimes it's something more automatic, like we can change the configuration of paragraph style, and it's really easy and fast. But sometimes it will push the text or make the text flow change, and we will have to make all the book again. Images, in case that you prefer to commission the images before the layout, you have to give the designer the images. For Confluence, I say that we have 50-50, also because we have the ephemera that are little pieces of our world inserted on the atlas. So I have to know exactly the sizes of this art, so we did it before layout. So I was just like placing them on the correct places and making the layout adjusted to it. And if you have any extras, don't forget to get to the designer the character sheets, the cheat sheets, player aids, or anything else that you need to be layouted as well, so we can like set up everything. And my process that will include a lot of what we saw prior to that. I will always do this brief with the client, normally by email, and I will really ask for references. Everyone will have like their visual references and even their inspirations in media that make them do this TTRPG. Most of times, like we saw this movie or the series, or we played another TTRPG that inspired us to make our own. So I will always ask to know a little bit about the story. How did you came to this game? How did you create it? So I can get in the vibe. And when the client send me these references, I will make a mood board with them. I will put everything there, and I will also add my references about the topics as well. I will show you the mood board we have on Confluence. It is like a little outdated because I used it a lot in the beginning. After that, we did other documents with references. Let me see, where is it? Where I place it? Here. I'm using Mirrorboard right now. It is not my preferred one, mostly because it is not like it is not cheap. I wish it could be cheaper, but I like the functionalities of it. Let me jump this. I like the functionalities of it because like it is great that I can put my references here and make some comments, and my client can come here and make comments as well, so I can see if I am in the right direction. because we can have a lot of great ideas, but if we are not tuned with our client, it doesn't work. Even if your idea is awesome, not every surprise is a good surprise. So I really think that you have to share with your client this conceptual phase, because sometimes we see like this graphic designer that you send them what you need and then they will magically appear with a solution, and this can work, but in my experience, I had some problems with this, because even if it is great, if it is not what the client was like expecting, it will be very hard to approve it. So share with a client this, make the client a part of this process. It will be a lot better. So here I think that most of this mood board was when we were working on the Confluence logo that you can see over there. And it was a logo that was really hard to do, because Confluence mix a lot of different styles and themes. But you can see here that we were like thinking about this kind of some kind of glitch and some kind of pooling and converging and melting. So we have lots of different images that is going this way. And when I get this, I think this part of the board, I did it with the art team of Confluence. So everyone put something in here, and after that I start to dive into specifics. So you can see here, like, I will start to think about what kind of fonts I can use, and I normally I get all this fonts that I think it has the Confluence vibe, and I start like to analyze them, and I do this writing for me and for other people to see as well, so they can know what I'm thinking. So you can see there are lots and lots of different fonts. Let me get some water. And this one, Philosopher, was the one that we choose for the logo. You can see. I also was playing a little bit with some glitch effects, because I really wanted to have this, how can I say, I want to have this kind of pulling effect on the, like, it is like changing from space to another place, and I have some here. The most difficult part here is that this is a logo, so it has to be readable, and we have to place it in a lot of different places. So we can be a little crazy about it, but not so much, because there will be some things that I can see clearly, but depending on the person, they will have more difficult to it will be more difficult to read. So I have to think about this. It has to be readable. Let me see if I have something more here. And here I was like getting into the book layout, like some ideas for covers. It changes a lot. We did some initial covers, and probably if you join our coffee or our Patreon, we will share these initial designs with you, so you can see like the full process of it. But you can see like the idea of the mechanical books and some studies for iconography. I got some examples here so we can like see what kind of, how was our icons going to look like. And some of, we wanted to do like some areas will have these banners, so we did some research about this as well. So here we have Shen, our illustrator, taking some notes here. So this is how I make this kind of mood board. And this is like some ideas for the atlas. As the atlas is this like classical book that everything changed it a little bit. We have this classical base and a lot of stuff was added to it after, so it is really fun to work with. I have other projects here that I can show you. Like, for example, Stillpot. That is a book that we recently crowdfunded. Like, I think this here was the references sent to me. And I started adding a bunch of stuff that I think that had the same vibe. And I have some pictures of books that I have here that I think that would be good references for this project. So I took pictures and I made a lot of notes about them. This is working really good for me. So, mood board, I will research some references and add to the reference of my client, and I will dive into the specifics. Color palette, font options, image style. Image style, I like to think about them, but that is something that you can work with the art director of the project as well. For Confluence, for example, the art team sit together to talk about how this image would look like. Like, we set up that we didn't want images like in boxes. We didn't want like they to be squared. So they will always have some kind of different shape, and we will see that through the atlas. It is the style that we maintain. And you will send the mood board for the client, and the client will give feedback on this mood board. After that, I start to do the book design. That I will set up all the technical and visual components of the project. So I will set up fonts that I will use, paragraph and character styles, the colors that I will use, the margins that I'm using on this page, any page elements that I have to do, like how I will going to display the page number, how I'm supposed to display the book chapter in the sides, on the bottom, and I will show how the images are supposed to be applied on this book. And I will lay out some of the content to have this feedback. And like, I will only start layouting the full book after I have an approval on this book design. I will give it to the client, and they can make some edits they can ask me to do until we approve it in full. And then lastly, I will start the book layout. I will need the markup text. It will help me a lot with this. And I will lay out the full book. I will show what it is in real life. Like, how is the setup done? I will show you a little bit about our atlas, but you can have a better look of it if you go to our beta test. You can download it there. So when I say like set up everything, like here, for example, we have our base. Let me just zoom out a little bit. So we have like, this paper has some kind of texture. Yes, no. How is the texture? We are going to go with some kind of old paper texture, or something a little bit more white, or this paper has some kind of color in the background. So here we have like, I made this running header and the section in the sides of the book. So we have like the section that is the area that you are reading about, and the running is like the section within this place. We will see. And the page number here on the bottom. And normally I will have a lot of this kind of base pages. Like here I have like a blank one if I need something that I don't want any other elements on the page. I will have the opening. This is the opening from the whole atlas. I will have the area opening. So there is like this template, and I apply there and I edit it for the specific area. I have faction openings. That is a different color. Here I just put some of the doodles that we spread over the over the atlas. Here we have a different layout. Like sometimes we will have side notes for our pages. So I use this like as a, we call here like a false column. And this one is the section divider. So here on this book we will have the thrilling sea, the coast, the inland. So each one of them will have an opening. Let me show you a little bit here. The atlas is a layout that have a lot of moving parts. You see that we have a lot more than just you saw on the base. So there are a bunch of stuff that I have to add after. So we have the opening. We have here the Monthly Coast area icon. Let me show you a little bit closer because it's so beautiful. InDesign is not cooperating, but it will. Oh no! Okay, now you can see. This file is a little bit heavy because there is a lot of stuff. So we have this drop caps to give this feeling that it is this classical book. But it's like, Confluence is always something that is mixed with another thing. Everything here is mixed with something else. So we have this kind of classical vibe, but if you see like the the opening font has this kind of flowy lines that will get into this more serif font. Like it is a serif font, but with a little spice. And also all the vectors that we did here to like to as ornaments, they have this kind of flowy and also geometrical. So you can see that everything I was thinking here is a little bit of something mixed with another thing. Sometimes opposes like flowy and geometrical. Sometimes just different styles mix it together. Let me just, okay. Here we have this opening that is so beautiful. Yeah, my InDesign is having a lot of trouble to load stuff here. Oops. I'm not doing anything. Okay. And when I talk about like, please stop running. When I talk about like setting up paragraph styles and character styles, this is how it looked like. This list of text styles is what I'm going to work with. You will see that for each one, like here is an H4, here is an H3, here we will go to a mechanical books paragraph style, because like we have the atlas and the mechanical books, and sometimes we have pieces of the mechanical books inside the atlas, so they have the same styles from one book to the other. Here is one side note that I was talking about. When we have side notes, I use this like huge column and this little column so I can have the side notes next to the text. The area traits here as well is a part of the mechanical book that is someone pasted here. And here you can see like the page edited, the template. Yeah, it is heavy. I'm almost opening the PDF, but here I can show you like the technical parts and pieces of this. This color wheel, never good. I think I will try to find here like another version of the atlas, so you can see like how how it was on the beginning. I don't know if I have so old versions. Okay, I have a version that has almost 1 year old. Let me see. Yeah, this one you can see that there are a lot of details that are not fully designed. We don't have an array icon. The images are not the final ones, are just like placeholders. And you can see that the layout is really clean. And like it was really something that were evolving every time that I made a new version. The area traits were just like placed on the atlas paper, and after that we were like, let's do everything like this mentor here, like every piece of the mechanical book should be this piece of the mechanical book. We also had like all the texts that are written in the book or notes that are written. I did with fonts, but after that, after they were like, okay, this is correct, this isn't correct place, I like rewrote them by hand with the iPad, so we can have this little inconsistencies that a real handwriting letter would have, because okay, this is a handwriting letter shape, but most of them will always like the letter A will be the same every time you write it. All the letters will be the same every time you write it. Some fonts can like have more than one shape for each letter, but there are a very few fonts that has this kind of feature. So I rewrote it and gave these inconsistencies to make it feel more real. Let me see if I have it. Okay. Here we can see like the same page. Yes, more or less the same page. And not just inconsistencies of letter shapes, but also I was able to like give some texture. So I used different brushes. Some are more like to be like pencils, others pen. So we can have this kind of details to the project. And we will also have Shen's amazing illustrations that like added so much to this project. You can see that here, like this one probably was the first layout. I thought I didn't had it, but I think this probably is one of the first, because here you can see like we had this page with lots of different ephemera. I will show you how this page is right now. I think probably is this page here. So we have this bunch of ephemera. The ephemera, they are supposed to work like plot hooks, so you know what kind of stuff happens on this place, what kind of problems are happening on this area. So for example, I played on, let me show you all here. I hope the program will let me do this. You are seeing as it is missing parts, but it's just like it is having trouble rendering the pages. Where is it? I'm almost there. Yeah, here. Here. I played on the Soaring Veils. That is a beautiful place. We did like uh, um, the group inherited a farm, and the owner of this farm, they knew each other. No, they didn't knew each other, but they knew the owner, and the owner disappeared in a mysterious way. So it was like Stardew Valley, Agatha Christie mix it together. And like we can see here that like the community that lives there, they are they have these meetings, and we have the mediators, and here we have like a community report seeking to hire a mediator to attend. So it is this person that will help people communicate with each other and don't like get to violence, as you can say. We have a mediator on this game, and it was really fun to work with it, to jam with this mediator. So you can see that we have a lot of ephemera on this book. And from this to what we have right now, you will see that we added a lot of how can I say, like marks that people are using this book, and they are using this book a lot. So the book has a lot of stains and has some doodlings that people went there and made them. So you can see like here we have a bunch of doodles. We also added through the process, let me see if I can find some. We added the NPCs portraits. They are awesome, all of them, because we have this focuses of the characters, and I was like, as a GM, it would be awesome to have like this picture of them, so we can like visualize who are them. And they are all great. They are all very inspiring. Oi, Rafa. So I think that is all. Like, wow, I just finished in time. If you have any questions, you can ask right now, or you can ask for us on our Twitter or Blue Sky or Facebook or here on YouTube as well. I don't know why it always gets me to a new advertisement. And this is one of many live streams that we are planning. There are lots of other amazing folks that will come here to talk about their work and what they love to do. And stay tuned because they are going to be really great. This design live streams, like there will be some live streams that will be only for our supporters, like people that are on Ko-fi and on Patreon. We have some tiers there that you can see and check what tiers you can support to like see these live streams. We also have some of them that like we can have a chat if you are a graphic designer and you want to talk with someone that is already working on the field and like look at your work, give some feedback, and talk a little bit about your concerns. That is always great because, like, as a graphic designer, I can say that most of my career was working alone and having like some other people to look at what you are doing and give you some new ideas and talk a little bit about our nerdy design stuff is always great. So if you want this, we have tiers there that you can pay and have this um, consultation with me. And we have other professionals as well. What else? If my folks from Confluence want me to give some other instructions here, let me see, because I'm not looking at our Discord channel. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think that is all. I'm trying to think if I forget something, I'm forgetting something, but I don't think so. I wait just some minutes to see if anyone has some questions. But I know that most of the stuff I showed here is really specific for my field. So people that are going to have like questions are probably other graphic designers or people that are hiring graphic designers. So yeah. But that has been a long journey from this. Let me open here a PDF with, I think the, I don't know if I have a PDF here with the most recent PDF. But if you go to our Confluence website and go to the beta test, you can download the more recent version of our atlas, and we will see also other things that we are assembling, like our character sheets and stuff like this. Okay, guys, I think it's time to say goodbye. I don't know when I'm going to do another live stream that is open for everyone, but if you want to see more live streams, please consider joining our Ko-fi and our Patreon. You can have access to a lot of content. We have some extra content that I'm finishing over. It was this is 1 hour live stream. I know the people from Brazil that see me on live streams, they normally get like a 3 hour live stream because I open live streams to work while I talk to people. There has been some time that I don't do this. I should do this more often. But today, for this open live stream, it's just 1 hour. And I'm surprised that I was able to do this in 1 hour. But yes. So consider joining our Ko-fi or our Patreon. We have a lot of extra contents that we are doing. We have, like, if you want to get your pet rated by Hiraya, our archivist, it is something that we do. And we have lots of amazing stuff that we are sharing there. And we can support this project that is amazing. Confluence has been blessed and an honor to work with. everyone on this project is amazing, and we'll have this project funded on October this year. So please, we have like a QR code over there. Let me put on another over here now, and it's bigger, and you can have your cell phone to scan it and pre-save on BackerKit, so you will receive emails when we are with your project up to be crowdfunded. Okay, everyone, I'm going, and see you soon, I suppose. Bye bye.